Ladies and gentlemen, family members, friends, and staff, and our superintendent, Dr. Brian Schaefer, we welcome you to Golden Valley's Class of 2020 graduation. And we congratulate you along with these seniors for reaching this milestone and are grateful for your sustained, supportive, and loving efforts in helping these students reach this moment in their lives. We are committed to celebrating Golden Valley's Class of 2020 in the safest and most personalized manner possible. Please refrain from removing your mask throughout the entire ceremony for the safety of yourself and others. At this time, please stand for our national anthem. Please be seated. It has been said that seeing is believing, yet sometimes with the greatest strength and power are the things we cannot see. You have used the inner strength and power within you to rise up to this momentous occasion in your life, your high school graduation. You could not see the strength you held within you, could you? No, and yet it was there. You could not see the power within you either, and yet it was there. You were faced with many challenges all through your educational path, from kindergarten all the way through high school. And you are celebrating at this time because all along the way, you were able to rise up and meet the challenges, conquer and overcome them, whether it was a written test that you could not see and taste until it was placed before you, or the finish line of a 100-meter sprint that you could clearly see, or other things like negativity, peer pressure, and personal obstacles and challenges. You successfully overcame them one by one, and now today you celebrate. Kobe Bryant once said, "Everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise." You may have unwittingly at times taken on the challenge to rise up, only knowing that the visible reward at the end of your path was completing your 4 years of high school. And nonetheless, you have done it. Take note in this time in your life, learning now more than ever that some of the most powerful challenges in life before you are not visible. Remember, you have the power within you to meet and conquer these challenges and rise up. Just as you cannot see the helium that goes into the balloon, yet you get to see the balloon rise and defies the gravity of this earth, so shall you. Carry on in your life with your ability to rise up. Andre Day, the singer and songwriter, stated that her song, Rise Up, was inspired by her perseverance and having the strength to stand up and take the next step. And know that the tunnel may be long, but you will see the light, and you have. You are the class of 2020 graduates. So look ahead to the future with positive strength in knowing that you can rise up and you will rise up just as you have for the past 13 years. Congratulations to the class of 2020 and all that you have achieved and conquered, and bless you in all your future endeavors. Remember, you will always be Bulldogs. Stay strong, stay Bulldog strong, and continue to have growth, pride, and service as you begin your new adventure. At this time, please join me in welcoming your ASB president, Miss Sofia Bernal Ramirez, who will give her farewell speech.
I would like to begin with a moment of silence for those graduating today who have lost a loved one at some point in their lives. A moment of silence for those who, in the past 12 years, have felt lost themselves. A moment of silence for those who have passed and will never get the opportunity to graduate alongside us today. Thank you. Famous essayist Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "It's not the destination, it's the journey." It's something we've been told before, most likely in our English classes, and there's a great truth behind it. Our individuality stems not from our personalities or our appearances, but from our experiences. The things we've said and done, seen and heard, faced and conquered, every hardship we've endured, all of these things have shaped us into who we are today. Every event we've faced has asked us to reflect, learn, and rise. Reflect on the events that have brought you to where you are today. If just one thing had changed the day your parents met, whether it be someone held a conversation longer with your mother or your father decided to take a different route to class or to work, they would have never met and you wouldn't be sitting here right now. On your first day of elementary school, think about how different your entire friend group would be if someone else had decided to say hi or sit next to you in class. Look at our mascot and our school colors. Imagine how different our 4 years at Golden Valley would have been if our school colors were orange or red, or our mascot would have been something other than a bulldog. Not only would our chants change, but Bulldog Strong wouldn't have been a thing, neither would our Bulldog Spotlight or our traditional battle of the breeds. These reflections should teach you that it's the little things that really bring the big picture together. Yet it's usually the little things that are often ignored. Most of us are so caught up in where we want to be in life or what we want to be in life that we never get to truly appreciate the life we're living right now. We focus so much on the future that we tend to forget about our present and how much joy can simply come from where we are in this moment. It's something we should all learn to appreciate more. As Andy Bernard said on the series finale of The Office, I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you've actually left them. The thing about the good old days is that there is no limit to how many there can be. Every year has the chance of being your best year, but in order to really cherish your good days, you have to live in the moment as much as possible. Reflect on your meaningful conversations and learn from what the other person had to say. Take some time out of your day to reflect on all that a loved one has done for you and give back to them by telling them that you love them or with simply a hug. Put down your phone every now and then and ask yourself if you're happy with how you've spent your day. And if not, use that to create a better tomorrow. If you find that you are regularly focusing on the present, then you're practicing mindfulness. I encourage each and every one of you to always take the time to be mindful, reflective, and positive, to look beyond the surface and find greater importance in everything that you do, because everything matters, no matter how insignificant something may seem. I will admit that it's easier to live in the moment and find the significance in something when it is positive or beneficial. But even when you find yourself stuck in a hard place, don't brush it off, reflect on it. Remember to keep coming back to your journey, not to your destination. As Kobe Bryant once said, everything negative, pressure, challenges are all an opportunity for me to rise. Your obstacles play a huge role in defining who you are. The more you push them away or try to avoid them, the longer you will be stuck under those circumstances. You have to face your problems in order to overcome them. And in the end, you'll walk out of it a stronger person than you were before. So rather than looking at problems as something keeping you from your goals, look at them as something that will only bring you one step closer once you've moved past them. Use them as an opportunity for you to grow, because behind our greatest barriers and our worst mistakes, the best lessons we'll ever learn await us. In life, there should never just be one destination. There will always be a way for you to improve yourself or your situation, and there will always be a challenge for you to face. Live in the present. Cherish your journey. It's easy to get lost along the way. If you do get lost, don't panic. Sometimes you need to stray off course and create your own path. Sometimes you need to tumble a bit in order to rise. I hope the words reflect, learn, and rise stick with you after today. I would like you to also know how grateful I am to have had the privilege to be part of such a unique, vocal, passionate, and bulldog strong class. We began our senior year knowing that we'd be the class that no one would ever forget. And I think it's safe to say we've exceeded those expectations. Every single one of you here deserve better for all the hard work you've been putting in these past 12 years. Some of you are the first in your family to graduate from high school or have been told that you would never see this day. Some of you have probably never heard someone say that they are proud of you, and I just want to say that I am proud of you. I am so incredibly proud of all of you and all of the work that you've put in and sticking through to the end. I'm proud of you for not giving up, for staying on track, for beating someone's expectations of you, for working towards a better life for you and your family, and most of all, for not losing hope. With that said, keep reflecting, learning, and rising. This is my message to the class of 2020. Now here's to the rest of our lives. Congratulations, seniors. We did it.
Thank you, Ms. Bernal Ramirez. Next, we have no other than your senior class president, Ms. Lacey Ann Gago.
Welcome, family, friends, faculty, and lastly, the stars of the show, my fellow classmates. Through the long months of unknown about this day, we are finally able to walk across this stage. If you don't know me already, my name is Lacey Gago, your senior class president. Graduates, you have given me the biggest honor of being your class presidents for all of 4 years of our high school career. With this in mind, I'm pleased to honor my classmates that have overcome all the chances and have reached the end of our 12 plus years of academics. Our classes faced many obstacles no one saw coming. Just in our lifetime so far, we were born into a world of fear and terror, grew up in a country that was at war, and then had to face the reality that concerts, churches, parks, and even schools were not safe for fear of sickness or even death. This has brought us the possibility of the biggest obstacle of our time, COVID-19. However, through all these hardships, we did not give up. We chose to rise up. 3 years ago, as timid freshmen, we walked the halls, defeated in a way after being the big man on the middle school playground, to the fresh meat on the new campus. We had ventured out to try new things like everyone's favorite, that spicy chicken sandwich that everyone got sick of by eating by second semester, because they ate it every day when they got here. Sophomore year was like the awkward stage for everyone, but also life-changing in a way. We experienced the worst thing to ever happen to us, the snap of Thanos. We truly believed all life was over at that moment, little did we know. Then came junior year, or more properly, the hardest year for most of us students. The word college gets thrown around more often than usual with loads of questions like, where will you be going, or what would your major be? SAT and AP test prep took over all of our free time on top of our unusual amount of work piled on. Still, we pushed through and finally reached our senior year. The year where we were to create your last memories here, spending those moments with your friend in what seemed the last moments of childhood. We were honestly robbed of those precious events like senior prom, grad night, senior signing, and those last memories in those halls. Life threw a big curveball in our faces that turned our world upside down. But through these long months of stay-at-home lockdown, I've seen my classroom shine light in these dark times. From making funny or dancing TikToks, spending quality time with family, and even watching shows together through FaceTime. Senior year was an odd year for all of us, but this doesn't mean it was the end of our lives. It is the only end of the best 4 years of high school. Who knew those 4 years would be so long, but so short? We created lifetime memories of cheering as loud as we can in those student sections and funny memories of oddly having someone always fall at our rallies. Disclaimer, everyone is okay. Our friends and memories are something we hold close to our hearts in times we feel lowest in life. Andy Bernard from The Office once said, I wish there was a way to know that you're in the good old days before you left them. High schools are good old days, at least for now. Students and especially staff members have taught us an amazing lesson here at Golden Valley that everyone should follow. Hashtag Bulldog Strong at GPS, which is also known as Growth, Pride, and Service. I know, you're probably thinking, oh no, is this a lesson? I thought I got away from this. But we all know that we will always be thinking of that hashtag in our mind. Some might think it's just a brand for our school, but really it is so much more than that. We are the first graduating class that had all 4 years of Bulldog Strong in us. It has taught us to have pride in ourselves, in our work, and especially in our peers. Throughout any struggle we may have in our adult life, like college, careers, or even our future families, we will remember to be strong and to take pride in any mistakes and achievements we make. As we take this daunting step into a new chapter of our own book we call life, we have a chance to become great and to create a legacy. All of us are capable of doing extraordinary things because every single one of you is capable of rising up. We know this is possible because many of our influences came from young people like us who weren't handed fame and glory, but worked for it and climbed the ladders. Some of the greatness you may achieve might not be recognized by billions of people in this world, but the few who care about you and matter. The late Kobe Bryant once said, everything negative, pressures, challenge is all an opportunity for me to rise. If there's one thing to take away from these peculiar times, it is that we of all people can overcome anything that is thrown at us. Use this as motivation to strive for greatness in your futures, and know that no matter how alone you may feel, you are not alone. We are, in fact, all in this together. We will rise up. Class of 2020, it's been a long road. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the best. We finally did it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, students, I present to you your one and only, your principal, Mr. Paul Hellman.
Good evening. So I promised to keep my comments short this evening, and the reality is at some point while running around this evening, I have lost my speech out of my pocket. So if somebody finds it, please find me after the ceremony and tell me what I was supposed to talk about. But I think I will start with something Sophia touched on, which is rise up. And the fact that the little things mean more than a lot of the milestones we think of attaining in our lives. We think that to be successful, you have to attain certain milestones. Tonight is one of them. I have to graduate, and then I go to college, and I graduate college, and then I get a job, and then I buy a house, and then I start a family. These big milestone moments, we think that our success is sometimes defined by whether we attain or don't attain these specific milestones. And the reality is that the little things matter in between those big events in our lives. The little decisions you make every single day are the things that matter when it comes to defining success as you move forward. That big, powerful job that you just got after college becomes nothing without positive decisions that you make while working in that environment. The simple decision to be on time, or not argue with your boss, or to do a project without being prompted, or any of those small, seemingly minuscule decisions can have an impact on whether you reach that milestone or not. So like Sophia said, I don't minimize those little decisions you make every day in terms of defining your success. And that's what GPS is about, which is what Lacey talked about, growth, pride, and service. When we came up with that framework, certainly it was about school, but the development of it, we wanted to have lasting effects. We wanted the lessons in GPS, growth, pride, and service, to be a framework for life as well. And as you move forward into wherever you go after this, world of college, the world of work, trade school, the military, whatever that is, that you remember growth, pride, and service as a model to do well. You have to show growth throughout your life. You have to take on learning. That's part of it. And that's an enjoyable experience. Continue to show pride in yourself. Never be ashamed of who you are, where you're from. I'm a Bulldog from Bakersfield. Never be ashamed of that. And lastly, give of yourself. Be of service. There is no greater calling. There's no greater self-worth than giving oneself to others. Service in the pursuit of helping others is paramount. Growth, pride, and service is that framework for life. And that's what we tried to instill over your 4 years here at Golden Valley. It's not only the academics that move you forward, it's those little character decisions that often can mean the difference between being successful, lesser successful, or not successful. Okay? So remember that. It's those little decisions you make, and always keep growth, pride, and service in mind. Lastly, I am so excited to see your faces. On a personal level, the last 3 months have been difficult, not only for you, but for us as well. And we are educators because we love you guys. We want to give of ourselves and impart learning to our students. So the fact that you were missing for a while really was traumatic. I'm just so very thankful to see your face today and your parents' faces today. So with that being said, Dr. Schaefer. I want to stand here, congratulate the class of 2020. They have met all the requirements of the Kern High School District for graduation this evening.
Good evening, graduates and guests. My name is Brian Schaefer. I am the Kern High School District Superintendent, and I too am extremely proud in each and every one of you here this evening. Graduates, you have faced several significant challenges in the past 4 years, none greater than the past 3 months when you missed many senior activities and that wonderful time with your friends. By virtue of your presence here tonight, I believe you are ready to face the challenges that await you in the future. I commend you in your perseverance to get here, and I commend you of overcoming a strange ending to your high school career. But let me remind you, no one accomplishes much alone. Your parents and family members, your teachers, and other staff members are filled with pride this evening. Be sure to thank each and every person who played a role in helping you succeed. I also want to take just a brief moment to give a huge shout out to your principal, Mr. Paul Hellman, who has led the Bulldog staff in trying to make the last few months the best possible environment for each of you to celebrate your senior year in this virtual world we're in. Please give it up for Mr. Hellman and the Bulldog staff. Thank you. Finally, there's a group of people who wanted to provide this opportunity for you to walk across this stage this evening. 5 people comprise the Kern High School District Board of Trustees. I want to recognize each of these people who voted to allow this ceremony to take place. These people are Brian Beatty, Cynthia Brakeman, Jeff Flores, Jan Graves, and Joey O'Connell. Please honor our Board of Trustees by continuing to practice safety the rest of the evening. And with that said, Mr. Hellman, I'm pleased to accept on behalf of this Kern High School District Board of Trustees, the Golden Valley Class of 2020. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Okay, first row. And as a reminder, make sure that you bring your yellow card.
First in class, Sofia Bernal Ramirez. First in class, Karen Jimena Loesa Lopez. First in class, Ruby Esmeralda Lopez. First in class, Amy Camacho Moriega. Andy Delgado Carreon. Mario Rodriguez. Ángel Daniel Sandoval. Jasmine Marie Ibarra. Francisco Sala Abdullah. Alexandra Acevedo. Jamie Marie Acosta. Michelle Mackenzie Aguilar. Filiberto Lopez Soberanes. Melissa Rebecca Aguilera. Gustavo Aguirre. Maria Fernanda Alas Diaz. Vicente Alatorre. George Matthew Alfaro. Carla Andrea Alfaro. Mohammed Nathaniel Ali. Marcos Jose Alonso. Roberto Altamirano. Yesenia Alba Chavez. Gilbert Palmerin Alvarado. Gustavo Enrique Alvarez. Evelyn Alvarez Torres. Melitza Carly Amador. Leslie Yajaira Ambris Barriento. Ricardo David Manuel Anaya Perez. Kimberly Ray Andrews. Terrence Allen Andrews. Ricardo Daniel Angeles. Brian Miguel Aquino. Adrian Arredondo. Susan Arriola. Where's your card? Your card with your name. What's your name? Oh. Biseira Hetzemarini Irieta. Francisco Xavier Astorga. Solana Avelino.
Octavio Jonathan Avila Diaz. Adrian Ayala. Destiny Barboza. Giovanni Barone. Ruby Litzay Bautista. Jasmine Basa. Albert Becerra. Daniel Becerra. Ilani Marie Berjano. Michelle Citlatli Beltran. Jasmine Elizabeth Benavides. Isabel Fernanda Benavides Hernández. Tian Esmeralda Bernal. Patrick Biacuse. Taitam Jolene Bowen. Noah Matthew Bulliard. Jessica Annie Bustamante. Blanca Elizabeth Caballeros. Daniel Alessandro Cadena. Jose Campos. Miriam Paula Cárdenas. Miguel Ángel Cardona López. Lisbeth Carlos Maldonado. Andrew Isaiah Carrillo. Eduardo Gómez Carrillo. Luis Mario Carrillo. Miguel Ángel Carrillo. Ubaldo Emilio Carrillo. María Yesenia Castillejo Buenosta. Alondra Castillo. Diana Margarita Castro. Julie Castro Bereleza. Brisa Michelle Castro. Aaron Ángel Celes. Miguel Ángel Ceja. Fátima Sendejas. Isaac Moshe Serakowski. Luis Ángel Serna. Daniel Anthony Cervantes. Julia Itzel Cervantes. María del Carmen Cervantes Murillo. Blanca Rosa Chávez. Isabel Chávez. José Luis Chávez. Jocelyn Marie Chávez. Roxana Edith Chávez González. Chantal Adriana Chu. Dalen Laney Colbert. Jose Armando Colorado Vasquez. Andrew Contreras. Gerardo Jesus Conde. Diamantina Savannah Contreras. Sebastian Contreras Marquez. Orlando Coronel. Mary Lou Cortez. Angel Joel Cortez. Carmen E. Cruz. Carolina Maria Cruz. Larry Josue Cruz. Christina Cubillo. Kevin Yael Cuellar Quinn. Winter Jewel Dalia. Cesar Arturo Davilos. Grenji de la Cruz. Fernando Alonso de la Cruz Cortez. Ricardo Brian de Alba. Daniel Delgadillo. Alfredo Alexander de Luna.
Joseph Diaz. Congratulations, Joseph. Riley Dickey. Kira Renee Dovo. Paloma Araceli Duarte Gonzalez. Isaac Duran. Margarita Nicole Duran. Andrea Montserrat Duran Lopez. James Dean Edmondson. Jennifer Juliet Eames. Valerie Denise Enriquez. Ricardo Alfredo Escobar. Jocelyn Esparza. Estefania Espinosa. Brianna Espinosa Mandriquez. Angela Jasmine Estrada. Angélica María Estrada. Zulma Abigail Estrada. Jesus Gustavo Felix. Jacob Marshall Flaherty. Cassandra Leon Flores. Dania Carolina Flores. Jennifer Marie Flores. William Thomas Ford III. Colby Ryan Fox. Gracie Marie Franco. Aliyah Shakanya Friend. Lacey Ann Gago. Luis Andres Gallegos Prieto. Elijah John Gallo. Marissa Champagne Galvan. Kevin Gamis.
Victoria Alejandra Gamis. Congratulations. Angie Stefani Garcia. Erica Garcia. George Alexander Garcia. Jessica Garcia. I called her. I called her already. I called her already. I called her. Give her her. Oh, sorry. Karina Mia Garcia. Monica Michelle Garcia. Valerie Elena Garcia. Javier Angel Garcia. Maritza Garcia Mendoza. William Garcia Mendoza. Ivan Garcia Ramirez. Katia Gabriela Gaitan Martinez.
Sanjit Kaur Jonathan Goldenese Lozano, Julian Gomez, Marissa Jeanette Gomez, Armando Ezequiel Gomez Esquiar, Fanny Jaylene Gonzalez, Hope Marie Gonzalez, Caitlin Gonzalez, Rafael Eric Gonzalez, Michael Gonzalez, Michelle Gonzalez, Rocio Gonzalez, Vanessa Daniela Gonzalez, Stephanie Blanca Gonzalez Quiroz, Lilani Alice Grande Mendoza. Gerardo Guerrero. Rudy Jr. Guerrero. Galilea Guerrero Jimenez. Alisa Cassandra Guevara. Alex Anthony Guillen. Brian Anthony Gutierrez. Veronica Cecilia Gutierrez Gonzalez. Mark Anthony Guzman. Nathan Ramon Guzman. Taylor Denise Hall. Tiara Nicole Haney. Jashay Brian Ria Harrell. Jaden Lamar Harrington. No, I'm saying.
The full name there.
Darius Isaac Eugene Harris. Destiny Latrice Harrison. Raven Janae Heath. Marie Joanne Henning. Jesus Tadeo Hereda. Ramon Hereda Murillo. Abraham Cipirano Hernández. Alexis Nicole Hernández. Alicia Jasmine Hernández. Christian Alexander Hernandez. Diego Raúl Hernández. Junior Sylvester Hernandez. Mauricio Hernandez. Vanessa Hernandez. Xavier Hernandez. Victoria Hernandez Arredondo. Alexandra Hernandez Sanchez. Carlos Beltran Herrera. Jocelyn Rose Herrera. Gilberto Herrera Domin. Kaylin Darrell Haran. Dakota Brittany Ann Hickey. Zachariah Scott Hickey Allen. Adrian Jesse Hodges. Caitlin Ann Marie Holder. Isaiah Malik Holmes. Francisco Huerta. Lindsay Daniela Iniguez. Stephanie Manuela Hurtado Cruz. Carlos Isara Saz. Angel Luis Jaime. Edgar Jimenez. Daniel Jimenez Flores. Cameron Aaron Travis Jones. Elizabeth Marie Juarez. Gerlene Carr. Jashanpreet Carr.
Can you point out your name right here? I don't know if I'm on the right page.
Kirpat Carr. Laith Mohammed Corinne. Jasmine Anaí Landeros. Brianna Larios. Brianna Gail Larson. Jocelyn Roxana Lasso. Nicholas Alonso Leandro. Cassandra Lisbeth Leiva. Juan Daniel Leon Tamayo. Alvin Ernesto Linares. Jade Marie Livingston. Alejandro Lobaton. Direli Logan. Claudia Lomeli de la Torre. Alexandra Lopez. Brianda Leinani Lopez. Cameron Luke Lopez. Daniela Mercedes Lopez. Jennifer Lopez. Perla Giselle Lopez de la Rocha. Paul Eduardo Lopez Esparza. Gabriel Lopez Ramirez. Andrea Lozano. Esmeralda Lorín Luque Pérez. Rayshawn Dion Lyons. Esteban Elias Macé Carrillo. Dylan Raúl Madrigal. Edward Saúl Magaña Mosqueda. José Daniel Magaña Pérez. Alexei Magaña Silva. Rigoberto Marcos. Alisa Fernanda Marientes. Eduardo Marín. Eric Joshua Marquez. Andrea Guadalupe Martinez. Brianna Rose Martinez. Brittany Marie Martinez. Christina E. Martinez. David Jaramillo Martinez. Fernanda Martinez. Javier Martinez. Jovan Martinez. Lucio Martinez. Stacy Martinez. Brianna Mascote. René Alberto Martinez Pérez. Melaya Josephine Morar. Brandon Lamar Cannon McCoy. Edwin Dwayne McGowan. Alejandro Mederos. Daniela Medina. Danny Isidoro Medina. Eric Alejandro Medina. Mariah Marie Medina. Stephanie Mejia Duran. Correct? Isabel Melendez. Casey Juliet Melendez. Alan Anthony Mendez. Josie Mendez. Zachary Ian Mendez. Yesenia Mendez Montenegro. Ariana Mendoza. Dulce María Mendoza. Itzel Mendoza. Jeanette Mendoza. Esmeralda Marino. Andrew Mesa. Jose Juan Meza. Candy Diana Molina Miranda. Luz Alba Mesa. Anthony Jr. Montalvo. Alexis Victoria Montes. Gael Montes de Oca. Miurka Montoya Villa. Gema Guadalupe Mora. Chamoni Marie Norwood. Jesus Angel Sanchez. Aldo Morales Rios. Juan Moreno Paredes. Elisa Lian Morgan. Arleth Moreno Trejo. Gavin Michael Manchao. Isabel Cecilia Murataya. Christian Alejandro Hernandez. Federico de Jesús Navarrete Román. Karen Alejandra Navarro. Manuel Navarro. Allison Noelia Navarro Salazar. Vanessa Danielle Nebre. Alex Neguin. Joshua Anthony Nolasco. Kimari Norwood. Osvaldo Para. Marie Guadalupe Paredes. Felix Ornelas. Jose Amador Ochoa. Tiffany Ornelas. Joseph Anthony Oropresa. Alexander Orozco Reese. Abigail Marie Ortega. Karina Ortega. Luis Romero Ortega. Manuel Alfredo Paredes. Kimberly Diana Ovalle Perez. Isaac Valentin Parada Torres. Viviana Patino. Damian Jose Pereira. Brian Perez. Crystal Perez. Gabriel Eusebio Perez. Hector Perez. Josue Perez Perez. Kevin Perez. Renee Joshua Perez. Andrea Perez Flores. Edgar Daniel Perez Munoz. Crystal Perez Silva. Jose Antonio Placencia. Alessandra Nicole Portillo. Marina Alexa Portillo. Amaris Portugues. And Renee Procel. Carlos Alberto Quiñones. Michelle Quintero Barajas. Abigail Grace Ramirez. Alberto Ignacio Ramirez. Corina Ramos. Ashley Ramirez. Benjamin Ramirez. Cassandra Ramirez Padilla. Ruby Ramirez Sotelo. Daniel Alejandro Ramos. Adrian Reyes Saramento. Isis Angelique Reinega Garay. Gabriel Alexis Rincon. Raylene Rios. Savannah Sheila Rios. Angel Uriel Rivas. Nicholas Joseph Rivera. Sabino Rivera. Angel Octavio Rivera Corona. Christian Alfredo Rodriguez. Isaiah Michael Rodriguez. Jacqueline Rodriguez. Jasmine Esmeralda Rodriguez. Jose Guadalupe Rodriguez. Joshua Dre Rodriguez. Liliana Rodriguez. Nathan Lynn Rodriguez. Pedro Ramos Rodriguez. Tommy Angel Rodriguez. Angel Rolando Rodriguez Perez. Eric Rodriguez Roman. Andrea Espinosa Rojas. Javen Joseph Rojas. Lucia Jocelyn Angulo Rojo. Eric Roman Melendez. Elias Romero. Jasmine Corina Rodriguez Cervantes. Ernesto Antonio Romero Soto. Christian Ivan Rosado. Dulce Lidia Rosel. Angel Ruano. Everardo Rueda. Emily Lisbeth Rubio. Jade Charlotte Reese. Mackenzie Michaela Reese. Mariana Reese. Michael Salado. Devin Cole Saldana. Michelle Saldivar. Kathy Samantha Salguero. Wyatt Christian Salmon. Ariane Hope Samampiras. Antonio Sanabria. Antonio Sanchez. Eduardo Sanchez. Liliana Sanchez. Oscar Pascual Sanchez. Omar Sanchez Lopez. Emmanuel Federico Sandez. Ismael Sandoval. Yadira Cristal Sandoval. Emily Santos Elizondo. Adrian Jesus Santoyo. Elijah Ray Segura. Jacqueline Sepulveda. Jose Alfredo Serrano. Erica Caitlin Sherman. Gurveer Singh Sidhu. Ashley Sarah Silva. Teresa Angelina Silva. Melissa Christine Cimentel. Kayla Paula Tamayo Lopez. Stephanie Teyes. Jasmine Marie Tena. Alyssa Monique Timbal. Jonathan Jesus Tirado Lozano. Jessica Marie Tiscareno. Wendy Alondra Tapia Cano. Stephanie Talamasico. Samuel Toro. Serena Raylene Torres. Kiara Julieta Toscano Avalos. Amarian Singh Taiska. Ravian Dominia Tyler. Samantha Nicole Ucles. Francesca Uribe. Andrew Ralph Valdapena. Brian Valencia. Donovan Valdovinos. Vanessa Valencia Contreras. Ruby Valenzo. Millie Vargas. Eileen Vasquez. Alexander Vasquez. Sofia Marie Vasquez Lupercio. Ivan Vega. Carolina Paula Velasquez. Daniela Veneses Garcia. Alondra Patricia Verdin. Christian Caesar Victoria. Joshua Preston Villa. Davina Chandra Villalobos. Loren Stephanie Villanueva. Meliana Celine Villanueva. Elisel Villatoro. Andrew Akira Vu. Micaela Camille Winston. Paul Anthony Yanes. Tanya Perez. Jason Zuniga.
Okay, graduates, you may now move your tassel. And I present to you the class of 2020. Congratulations. I want to personally thank all the graduates and parents